Hi everyone! So I fully intend on reading a poem because I have one selected, although it's slightly long, but it is one of my favorites and it is probably one of the first ones I ever got read to me because that poor grammar, but too excited, I don't care. But right now, I just need to take this moment to talk about the beautiful to Alfred today on February 9th gift that has been brought to say hello to one of my little friends. Oh my god. Yeah. Alfred is having a fundraiser. I don't know what they're fundraising, but they're using Krispy Kreme to do it. And so I bought 24 boxes. Oh my god, they smell so good. I haven't had any yet. Do you want to see them? I'll show you them. Hold on. Aren't they godly? Aren't they heavenly? I'm sorry, I don't mean this to be bragging, but I am so excited. I'm near tears right now, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, when Krispy Kreme went out of business in Buffalo, I cried. I seriously cried. These are my favorite donuts. Dunkin' Donuts and Tim Hortons are crap in comparison. I'm going back to my childhood, and I'm going to read part of the Lorax, which is one of my favorite Dr. Seuss stories. I mean, it is a poem. And I don't care if you guys don't count it, but I am, and I love this book / poem. Also, I plan on seeing the movie when it comes out. So basically, the Lorax is told in the perspective of the Onceler, who is sharing his story of how he basically destroyed the environment around him and his company to a little boy from the present who's curious as to why everything in his society is all fake and plasticky and not, like, there are no trees. They're all plastic fake bushes that the government figured out how to make, although they don't really talk about that part in the beginning, but you can see the environment. You can see the different pictures of, like, his... Yeah, it's not, there's no leaves or anything. Everything looks dead and gross and sad. Very sad. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swomy swans rang out in space, one morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffalo trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffalo trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. Aren't these so pretty? Oh my god, I want a truffalo tree. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots, frisking about in their barbaloot suits, as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruits. From the ripulous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffula trees! All my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffalo tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a sneed. The instant I'd finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I'd chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him, that's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. "Mister," he said with a sawdusty sneeze, "I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs." He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, "What's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuft?" Look at it, it's the Lorax. Isn't he adorable? He does look oldish and shortish and... oh, love him. "Look, Lorax," I said, "there's no cause for alarm. I've chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm. I am being quite useful. This thing is a sneed. A sneed's a fighting something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat, but it has other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers for bicycle seats." The Lorax said, "Sir, you're crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who would buy that fool sneed." Of course, there are always fools that buy those fool needs. I mean, just look at our cluttered, materialistic lives. Of course, I sound very hypocritical, I know, because I have 3 iPods, but I didn't buy them, per se. Anyways, we could all slim down, including myself, okay? Including myself, I know. Just saying. The Lorax has some truth to what he's saying. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong, for just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the need I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax, you poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. See? Everyone wants a need, even if it's pretty pointless. Not saying that iPads are pointless, but it's just using an example. So the story basically goes on to show how the Onceler realizes he has business in this area, so he calls his little family to set up a shop and make a huge, big corporation and company and chop down all the truffula tufts, the truffula trees. Yeah. They cut down all the truffula trees, and as the story goes on, you can see the background, like the outside, and how it's looking really sad and grim, and how it's taking all the business is taking a toll on the environment. The colors are getting darker and gloomier, and everything looks polluted, and everything's dying. And the Onceler keeps appearing and yelling at the the Lorax keeps appearing, and he keeps yelling at the Onceler and showing him how his business is negatively impacting the environment. It's making all the brown barbaloots leave, since they can't find any shade, since all the truffula trees are being chopped down, so they're getting really warm. And then the Onceler doesn't change his ways. He doesn't really care, because he still doesn't see how it's hurting him, because he's making a ton of money at this point. And so the Lorax is gone, and the Onceler keeps making worse needs, and then he comes back with the Swomy swans, talking about how they can't sing because of all the smog making them choke and polluting the air. And of course, the Onceler does not listen. He goes on chopping the truffula trees until he chops his last chop. Sounds so grim, right? But that's what's gonna happen. And then by the end of the story, when all the truffula trees are gone and they can't make any more needs, the Lorax leaves. And the Onceler goes on to say, and all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the word unless. Whatever that means, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds, and truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all his friends may come back. So it has a positive ending. And he basically gives a message to little kids to treat the earth with care and to not take anything for granted, which is obviously something he took a while to learn. So I hope you guys like this. I love this poem, in case you haven't noticed. And I'll see you later today. Okay, happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Bye. Love you.